Okay, everybody, whether anyone's here or not, I'm going to start because I don't have, I can't go on with this all night. So I'm going to start with the first person that I know who signed up, which is Leslie. So I'm going to start with Leslie first. And let me see here. Oh yeah, I'm definitely live. Okay. So I want to tell you how these cards work first of all so that you know. This is not a regular tarot card reading. You will be communicating with your passed on ancestors, people from your family who want to talk to you. Now, they could be great, 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 greats. Most people do have about 15 ancestors surrounding them. So you can, keep that in mind. You can have quite a bit. But this reading, which calls the dead, is called the evidential spread. It's a 3 card reading, and I'm going to start with Leslie W.G. She was the first one to want her reading done. And since I have these shuffled, I'm going to go ahead and start. And which is really weird is about Leslie. The whole time I was shuffling the cards, I kept seeing an image of somebody. But see, I know someone in your family. So I don't know if it's my imagination or if the reading I'm going to give you is going to have if it's going to I don't know if the reading I'm going to give you, since this is the spirits coming through and not a tarot card reading. I don't know if they're trying to tell me something about them or if it's my imagination. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I saw. A young person, I'm going to say young person, but I do know the gender. It was a young person. They have hair a little bit below their shoulders and it is curly. And I would say that they have like a light to tan skin. And it's not a child, but if it is an adult, it's an early adult, like 18, 19, 20, something like that. So I'm going to start with your reading now. Now, this is for Leslie. Okay. So the first card I'm going to pull, I'm going to tell you how this goes. The first card that I pull is basically the spirit that is going to come through. That's who it is. The second card that gets pulled tells you a little more about them so that you can try to figure out who it is if they're immediately if it's someone you have known in the past. The third card gets pulled is what they're actually trying to communicate with you. So it's a 3 card pull unless I pull this card called the Ouija card. If I pull the Ouija card, this has nothing to do with the Ouija board. That's just the name of the card. If I pull that card, it means I have to pull another one. There's only one in the deck, and this deck has like 100 and some cards to it. So here we go. This is the first one for Leslie. And this is the first time I have pulled these cards, so ooh, that is quite the interesting. First time I've used these cards, so you're going to have ooh, bear with me. Okay. So, this is I think the most interesting deck I've worked with because again, it's not a tarot card guide. Okay, so here are the 3 cards. The first one is a card that says do nothing. And the second card gives you a little bit more information about who this is, which shows a witch. It doesn't necessarily mean it is a witch, but the last card is important. And with the first card, it's an active love card, but it means do nothing. So let me just give you a little more information on this. Like I said, I don't have all these memorized because it is the first time I've done them. But if you have the do nothing card, I'm going to tell you what that means. Basically, it's telling you to do nothing. Yeah, really. I hear Lindy laughing. Basically, it's telling you sit on your hands, do nothing. you definitely have a lot of spirits around you that are in your family. How far back I don't know, but we'll find that out when I get to the meaning of the witch card. Um, you're not to make any decisions or commit to anything right now at this moment at all, especially anything particularly rash or reckless that could lead you to have any future regret. So, anything that you have going on right now, any major decisions that you need to make, don't do it at all. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about actually who's coming through. So, give me a second on this. It took me an hour to shuffle these cards. That's how many there are. So, if anybody gets a double card, you guys are either connected or, I don't know. Let's see. So the witch card is who is coming through for you. And let's see what it has to say about that. And then again, it also too depends on what cards are laying next to it. So we have to combine that with the card in front of it and the card behind it. And the card behind it, I think I have an idea of why it says to do nothing, because that card really interested me and I had been reading about it for some time, so you definitely have something going on. Yeah, I'll fold that down so I don't have to go hunting for it, because that is your third card. So let's see here. Of course, it's going to have to be way at the back. Why wouldn't it be? And I'm going to try to get everybody done. Emmy, if you want to see who's in order, I just know that Leslie is first. I know that I have to do Hugh, Lori, Byron. I don't ever want anybody to get that card. That's a creepy little card there. Okay. We are coming up to you, thankfully. Okay, the witch card. Okay, so I can believe this is probably everybody that's on here. This says you are always different from other people. And these are in ways that you couldn't quite articulate. This is actually, I'm saying you, but this is actually this person that's coming through. I'm still here. Just hold on. Huh. So let's see. Okay, so the person coming through is definitely a witch. So you have a witch in your lineage. And this person, animals loved them, wildlife, other spirits. They were very dramatic, smart, even to the point of being kind of like geeky. They liked gothic things. They didn't like people too much.
That sounds like me.
Does sound like you. They were also, they also had a very high intuition, insight, and awareness. So they had psychic ability. This person also had very penetrating or wise eyes. So if this ancestor of yours is somebody that you would know in your generation, you can probably figure out who it is. This is also a card of spirituality. So they were big into spirituality. They were psychic. They definitely identified as a witch. They definitely were able to summon spirits, see spirits. And it also says, okay, this person, this ancestor of yours, was definitely an old soul, a healer, and a metaphysical practitioner. That is definite. Now, If you don't know anybody like this is definitely a very ancient ancestor that you obviously have never met. Is definitely a woman, not a man. And if you don't know who it is, this could have been someone who went through witch trials, oppression, judgment, discrimination. Now, also, if you get this card, this is an ancestor that definitely wants to communicate with you, like on a heart to heart level. And they also want to talk to you about your path, which is probably the same as theirs. Which, yeah, that's definitely true. They're this ancestor is really going to push you through life. They're definitely going to push you through the paces, but not in a bad way. They're gonna give you wisdom. They're gonna go over life lessons with you, trust, and they're gonna want you to also any they want you to give up any ego and control issues that you have in your life. Okay, so if you're going through a rough time and you get this card, there are many things that are important. Number one, this is definitely your ancestor. They are coming through. If you don't know who they are ancient, but you are very much like them. They will help guide you. They know that you have the same destiny as they do. The witch, this ancestor of yours, is definitely a healer. They're a wise person. They have psychic ability, intuition. They can definitely guide you. And I know one of the questions that you had, so I'm going to see if I can get any information on that with the next card, which I think I'm going to, because I looked at that card earlier. It just kind of really caught my interest. Okay, so obviously you do have something going on, but they're going to help you with insight from the darkness and to help you help others in need and to pull you out of it. Now, let's go to the third card. So, your first card is do nothing. Whatever you have going on, you don't want to do it um, at all. So, if there's a decision to be made, don't do it. The ancestor that's coming through for you is definitely a witch, whether you know who it is or not, and how you can find these out. First of all, you guys should all be recording these so you can go back and hear everything, because I'm a little slow at this because I normally don't do spirit communication using cards. A lot of times they just come through if I do a reading, but I've never intended to do that. So record them, because if you don't know who this ancestor is, Leslie, you there's all kind of Lindy, what do you call those things? Where you can go and find your ancestors, because you had a witch in yours.
Yeah, Ancestry.com.
Yeah, ancestry.com, because you can definitely find them.
You gotta know a little bit of your family lineage to be able to, like, you gotta. They work. It goes back, but you have to have something to go on.
Yeah, like, wasn't yours burnt at the stake or killed?
No.
What happened?
Oh no, but she was a terror. What it was, they called her a witch, okay? But she was actually a landlord in Connecticut.
Oh, that's right, and they didn't like that.
And what happened is one of her horses kicked a guy because he got behind the horse, and it kicked the guy in the head, killed him.
Yeah, because you'll be able to see all this stuff through Ancestry, all the notes and court documents.
So what ended up happening is they went to court, and because they didn't like her, because she was stubborn, or I don't know, they just didn't like her. They accused her of being a witch.
Okay.
But I don't think she got burned, but they gave her a hard time. She had a
so either way, that's how Lindy found out hers. But I'm going to get to your third card now. Now, this card is called Important, which is probably why you have many ancestors, but you have the one coming through that that has psychic ability, intuition, calls herself a witch. It is definitely a female energy. So let's see why they're coming through. Okay, so I have a little more insight on this ancestor coming through. Oh, okay, so it's all coming together. Okay. So, along with this ancestor being a definite witch, this person also had the Midas touch. They either did own land or a title. They either had land or a title. Doctor, lawyer, chiefs, politician, and anything with a title. So if we're going far back and you don't know who it is, it could be somebody of royalty. But this person didn't play around though either. They are very every detail to them they wanted perfect. They commanded respect. They did not lack any confidence, but they weren't very affectionate either. So just so you know that this person is not very affectionate, but to you they apparently are. Okay, so they're back from a time where children should be seen and not heard. So this could be a grandmother or a great grandmother. So maybe we're not going back that far. Now, their message to you is that you are playing down your soul gifts and your accomplishments. And they want you to accept your divine right with the gifts that you have. Now, because you have an active love card, I need to pull another one because we need to find out why things are not going as they should go. So, let me pull that card. Okay, that card is competition. So let's see what we have for that. Let's see if this tells us anything about any kind of okay. All right, so this card is again talking about your ancestor who was definitely a witch, but the card of competition is not, it doesn't mean competition. That's just what it's called. But it looks at the situation you're in. Are you performing well? Do you fight? In other words, fight to win. Do you have self-doubt of you're no good, nobody believes in you, you can't win? And there's a third energy. There's definitely a third energy at play. Not an ancestor, but it is a spirit. And it causes you to continually doubt your ability, to become hard on yourself, to have a house divided, and then they can draw others against you as well. But the witch card, your ancestor, is on your side. And they're going to keep reminding you to stick up for yourself, to choose yourself, to practice, prepare, set realistic expectations, and to eliminate curses, hexes, and evil stuff placed on you, which they're going to help you do. So you have one ancestor that decided to take, it's called the spirit throne chair. One ancestor that decided to do that, and they are definitely a witch. You definitely have something on you, and they are going to work to remove it. What it is, I don't know, because what they're going into is everything that you have going on. So that is you actually had 4-card reading. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to shuffle these cards again. You have to go over this end. Just shuffle these cards again, and it takes me a little while. Thank you. It takes a little while to do that, simply because it's a giant deck. So if you just give me a second here, I want to put these back in. And anybody know who the next person is? Does anybody know who the next person is? Info crate, how do you listen to them? I tried to listen, but it won't play. I don't know what anyone's talking about. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to go by who I know that has to be done. I'm going to do Hugh now. Turn the app or page off, then come back. Oh, and okay, there's Adrian. Okay, see Adrian? Good. All right, so the who was next on the list? Does anybody know? I may have them saved on a phone somewhere. Okay, so all right, so I know most of them, so I'm just gonna do. Oh, you're welcome. I didn't even know if you were on. Oh, sure, no problem. I'll look forward to your email. If you want to do it tomorrow, you can, or text me, or let me know when you're going to email so I actually look for it. Okay, great. All right, so now we have, is Warrior here? I think Warrior just popped up. Is that Warrior? Well, I'm going to go on with you. Hi, everyone. Okay, let's all right, so these are, you just got to give me a little bit to shuffle these, because they, like I said, there's like 100 and some cards here. It took me a half hour to shuffle them the first time, but it won't take me that long this time. Thank you, Linus. I'll look for your email or whatever. Bye-bye. I'm glad you enjoyed it. The next person is Hugh. Okay. All right. No, you are not going anywhere. You're going to sit right here where you belong. Okay, let's see what we got. I want these to come out of order. Okay, the first card. Let me fold that one down because that's in your list here. So I have that ready. And what else do we have? Okay, that one. Let's see. Promise and okay. Oh, let's see. Okay, that's your other card. Just put that down. And then we have, okay. So that's in the front. Okay, so you got 3 cards. You've got Be You, a promise. I ain't gonna tell you what the other one is. It's a chicken. No. Okay, but that's not what they mean, so. Okay, this does sound like you, Hugh. Oh boy. If you get the BU card, you need to be on high alert because this card detects an interloper, a meddlesome third party, an experience or pesky pattern that's luring you away from all that you value and hold near and dear. And as you know, we all know some of that situation. While you're unaware, it's crashing brazenly through your gates, crushing your boundaries with its own agenda and narrative. And if that's not enough, it begins boring a hole through your confidence and triggering responses that don't really resonate with a true you. This person always arrives with an implied message that creates pressure to conform. Sometimes this person is so insidious and insane that you temporarily lose your bearings and quietly question your own sanity. And then it makes you wonder, are you the problem? Well, you're not. Okay. So what that card is basically saying is everything you have been telling us. Everything you have been saying for the past few months. And also why I didn't send your free gift to you because I honestly didn't know what to send, but now I have an idea. I had an idea 2 days ago, so I am going to get it out to you. I'll have to actually go get it tomorrow to hopefully straighten this up. Now, This is talking about that crazy person. I mean, it's like word for word obvious. Now, I don't know if they make you doubt your own self, if it's you or not, but that is part of the reading. That is what it says. Is what's going on. So the first card is like always kind of like the question sometimes, or what's going on, or the last question can be an answer sometimes. But the second card that I'm going to do is going to be the spirit, the ancestor coming through, and then the third card can either tell you what to do about it, or will give you more information about your ancestor. So we're going to find out. So the next card that you have is called Promise, and what that is, let's see. Okay, so this person is a person that this person transcends space and time. My word is my bond. I will always be behind you, for you, and around you. So you have somebody good on your side. And it's also a card of commitment, partnership, alliance, be it personal or professional. This person also approves of your choice of who you're with, that it's a reliable union, it's a meeting of the minds, and it will show up with a card, usually of someone who is doing what they're doing to you now. Now, this you also need to take into consideration. They want you to hold up your end of the bargain. If you have a painful imprint of someone or something that failed to keep their promise in the past, this card suggests that you consider letting it go and commit to creating space for something new to grow. Now, that could be the ancestor saying that they failed you in some way, but that they love you, they're here for you, they're always going to be with you, and that they're going to help you, whether it be in a personal capacity or a professional situation, whatever it is. They do approve of who you're with, but there could possibly have been an issue between you and this ancestor. So until I do the third card, I won't know if it's somebody that you knew well or not. And I'm going to do that right now. So let's see. Yes, okay. So I can definitely tell you now that this is an ancestor that you definitely know. You definitely know them. You had a problem with them, an issue. They either broke some trust or you broke some trust because they're entering to communicate with you with their head down. And towards the argument, the fight, whatever caused the situation, they feel they feel powerless, helplessness, and a problem stepping out of their own comfort zone due to whatever went on. There's also a trust issue here because the card of the chicken deals with perceived threats by withdrawing, quitting, running away, or even combusting, whatever reinforces feelings of inadequacy. Now, they also know okay, now here's the message they want to give you. If you are feeling, if you're unconsciously releasing scared energy, negative energy, or scared or negative pheromone into the universe, that can attract predators to you. So if this person, because that is what this reading's about, that's right in your first card. If this person can feel that coming out of you or who you're with, they're going to keep on doing it. And they're going to keep giving you and that person self-doubt, limitations, and you're never going to get anywhere if you continue that. And this person is also a predator. So the person from card 1 is a predator. The ancestor that's stepping through to help you, you definitely know. You do know them. You also had an issue with them and something. It could have been trust issue. It could have been a fight. It could have been whatever. But they are telling you that they are watching what's going on and they're seeing fear. They're seeing self-doubt. And this person in card 1 who's coming after you and bothering you is picking up on that energy, and they're never gonna and they're never gonna stop. So a change in the way you feel and act and your partner feels and acts could end this. And that could mean actually going up to them face to face and speaking your mind. I mean, it may come down to that, but not with what your ancestors are telling you is not with a yelling type attitude or an emotional attitude, but a calm, cool, collected, I'm not going to take your shit attitude, because that is what it is. I'm not going to take your shit. This is done. This is over, and that's it. And whether you like this person or not, I'm talking about your ancestor now, you need to listen to them because they feel very bad. They're coming in to communicate with you with their head down. So they feel bad about something too. And I can tell you what these cards are. So if you want to buy the deck and this is exactly what came out, and you should record this, I'm going to tell you what it is. That it was an act of love card called Be You. And see, when they say, and it's not an act of love, it's just the card. That card represents this insane asshole that's pretty much making your life miserable. And then your ancestor card came up as promise. The advice, what you should do, what's going on, and what happened between you and the ancestor is called Chicken. The deck of cards is called the Beloved Dead. And there are, again, that deck of cards is called the Beloved Dead, if any of you want to get it. This way, because I'm doing a 3-card reading for you. Now, because he has a beloved card that came out, I am going to pull another card because that's what you're supposed to do. And then you match it with that card. So whatever that card said, which was his first card, which is this insane person, this card then sits on top of that when you're when you're talking to the dead, and it should give you a resolution or some more in depth into the situation. So I'm going to pull that card, and that card for you is called Creativity. But like I said, until you get this deck and understand it, it really doesn't have too much to do with creativity. Like, for example, if you were to get an infant, it could mean that you just had like a pet die. Like it doesn't necessarily mean a baby or a baby died or anything like that. So it's a deck that you really have to study, but I'm finding out that I believe this to be my favorite deck because I think it's spot on. So let me get to creativity here for you and see what that's saying about the insane one that tries to cause havoc in your life. So let's see. At least you didn't get the snake card, because that is actually a pretty bad card. It usually means it's like a long uphill battle. So I'm glad you didn't get that. Ugh, why don't I just go up here where I'm supposed to be? And then if any of you guys want a 12 card reading, I'll put them up to buy in the store. You don't have to, but a 12 card reading, you see how long it takes to do a 3 card reading. So, like, it would take me probably an hour, hour and a half or more to do a 12 card reading. So, there will be $30 and they'll be up in there if you want to have a 12 card reading. That's entirely up to you. I don't push it. Okay, so anyway, let's get to the creativity, which is sitting on top of your first card. Okay, so basically what this card is saying for you, Hugh, is that everything is going to be resolved. Now, I don't know, I do believe because of the very strong energy coming from your ancestor, even though you had a falling out of some sort, I do believe it's going to be due to them and due to the advice that they are giving you. I think you have to stop putting up with the crap. I think, personally, I think it's going to come to a face to face confrontation alone, not in a workplace, not with a bunch of people around, but alone, face to face. And if you want me to tell you how to do that, where you can scare the living crap out of them, you're more than welcome to give me a call tomorrow before 11 or to message me. But it's better to hear my voice because I can tell you exactly what to say and the intention to use, that this person may make one more move or they may back off. But it's probably going to come to a face-to-face confrontation. But in the end, it does resolve itself because you do have the help of someone you definitely know. So unlike Leslie, who may have to go looking for her ancestor, you do know who this is. You may have to go back and listen to this, but they know you, you know them, because of the way they came in with their head down. Okay, so I don't know who the next person is. I think the next person is Adrian, actually. Unless it's Emmy. It's either Emmy or Adrian. Emmy or Adrian. This is going to take me forever to load up on YouTube. So I should probably, let's see. Okay. Let me see. How long have I been on here? Oh boy, this is going to take forever to load up. Okay, I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to keep going. This is the best I can do. Okay. Alright, give me a second so I make sure these are... I don't know if it's Joanne, Adrian, Lori. I'm thinking... Actually, I think it's between Emmy and Adrian who's next. Let me get these shuffled. All right, I'm about to do... I think it's... I think I'm going to have to do... I don't know if it's Adrian. I think it's Emmy. I think Emmy's next, so I'm doing you, Emmy.
Oh, there's some.
I'm not holding you guys up, am I?
No.
You sure? Okay. I'm at my office doing this, so that's why I asked them. I'm not at the house. Do you know these beef things? Do you know they have vegetables in them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's vegetables in them. Can you believe that?
They're pretty darn good.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't get to eat.
I'm making you some tea now.
Oh,
I don't
cool.
think you have any.
Thank you. I think it just needs a little more tea mix and ice and some water. Well, so basically, yeah, tea. Okay. I'm going to pull these cards in a second, but I really want to concentrate on Emmy so she gets a good reading. Oh, yeah. I got to make that honey tomorrow, too.
What honey?
With the stuff in it for people with inflammation.
Oh,
Yeah, I got to do that. I got people waiting on it.
It takes time, though.
No. I have all the ingredients. Okay. Give me just one more minute here. Sorry, the reason, because I know I was telling you I was going to have that kale salad from Chick-fil-A, but it took me like a half hour, I think it took 45 minutes for me to do these cards. Just to shuffle them, because there's that many of them, and you don't want them to be where they're not going to give an accurate reading. So that's what I did for at least 45 minutes, shuffle the cards. Okay, after I do Emmy, when I call you... Daisy, Rex isn't hating him anymore. Okay. Anyway, if I call your name after I do Emmy, and you're not here, I have to pass you by because you're not going to be able to hear it anyway because the YouTube is so long. So if somebody did record it, that would be great because we can just upload Hughes if he's not here. But from now on, I do have to, if you're not here, I will do you again, I'll cut it off and I'll get you done sometime in the morning just because it'll take me 3 days to upload this thing. Okay, so here we go, Emmy. Doing your first card. Huh. Ooh. Ooh, I forget what that means. Oh, I have to go deep with you, Emmy. You're going deep, girl. It's all right. Don't worry about it. So your first card is Driver.
You want to drink first?
No. Just, you can put down there. Thank you. The second card is Grave. And the third card, you got the one and only in the deck out of probably 100 and some cards, is the Ouija card. Which means we're going to have to, pick into you here. Okay. So let's see. Let's get on with it then. This is why they take long. Okay, so we're going with the Driver first. This is your first card. Actually, let me very quickly check out this Ouija card because you did get it. You'll probably be the only person that gets it. Let's see. But, it depends on what comes up. Who knows? Okay. Okay. Well, that don't tell me much. I just know it means I'm going to have to pull hard is what it means. Okay, that's okay, though. At least you didn't get the snake card. I know that's not a good one. Okay, let's see. Okay, Driver. Okay. Okay, so you have somebody very unhelpful in your life. At this moment, Literally, this card means forward movement and progress. There's an active core of energy and of intense determination that's being applied towards something or someone that's helpful or unhelpful. It also means roads, travel, and ways of transportation. On the deep level, driver looks at your process of manifestation. What's really driving or informing how you experience your life? What person is driving or informing you on how to experience your life? Or what you think, what you should do, what you should become? How you feel, what you attract, what you imagine and what you create, and what you believe in, good or bad. Okay, when you have this card, this is being fueled by a reservoir of secondhand limitations that can override your own goals, your own dreams, and your own best intentions. Okay, you've got an issue. Okay, your issue is this: you're being either guided, controlled, or told what to do by somebody that you're allowing them to do it because you feel comfortable, because you don't like change. People, it's basically saying that people are hardwired to stay with what feels safe and comfortable, even if it stops you from reaching your full intentional. I'm sorry, your full intentional. I was looking down at something. Your full potential.
These are peppers for tomorrow. I gotta cut.
So you have somebody in your life that is definitely stopping you from reaching your full potential. They are basically not very helpful. They are the ones behind what's telling you what to do with your life right now. They're telling you, they're influencing what you think, what you become, what you feel, who you attract, and what you believe in, whether they think it's good or bad. And these are all limitations to what you can actually do with your life. This is causing you, for your goals, your dreams, your best intentions, and everything you want to do, to override right now. So you got somebody in your life that you're either helping them, you're with them, you're putting them before you. I don't know what the situation is, but they are really stopping you from reaching your full potential. Now I'm going to go to the second card. Now this second card is going to be the ancestor that's coming through for you. And they are coming, it just says grave. So we'll have to see what that means for you. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right, listen, because I don't know what's going on here, I'm going to read this to you word for word, okay? And if you want to record it and go back and listen to it later, again, I tell people that because sometimes things may not resonate with you right now. Like, I actually love this deck. I think it's the only deck I'm ever going to use from now on, but when I do regular tarot card readings, sometimes I had one lady, I was doing her, and I kept seeing two boys, and the reading was being done for her sons. The reading wasn't even about her. But I don't think that's happening here. I think this is about each and every one of you when I do your reading. So, word for word, I'm going to read what this says. This is your second card, the Grave card. This is your ancestor coming through, and they're going to give you a little bit of information about what you have going on. There's an unmistakable heaviness and solemnness that accompanies this card. While its appearance doesn't inspire the lightest and brightest of emotions, it does suggest putting on the kettle and taking a moment to regroup. Grave attempts to shine a light into a hail of darkness. This could be mourning or sadness that has become unendurable and escalated into suffering. Or at its best, grave indicates the presence of a low vibrational energy and emotions such as anger, hatred, doubt, fear, hopelessness, shame, or guilt that are causing serious cracks in your armor and in your aura as well. Grave can also herald unclear yet present danger or threat. This card warns that the risk far outweighs the benefit. It warns against being impulsive, and advises caution and clarity in your undertakings. Tread carefully and reach out. Tread carefully and reach out to your ancestors for protection and to help you navigate the precarious lay of the land. When representative of a departed loved one, which that is your case. Grave indicates a passing link to a tragic and traumatic event. Please remember that this is only validation of the way they might have passed. It says nothing about their current state of consciousness. So, your ancestor that is coming through, they passed tragically, and the event was traumatic for them. And all that they're saying here is that remember that this is only validation of the way they died. It says nothing about how they feel now. But they're also giving you a warning to what you have going on in your own life. And now the next card, your ancestor is going to speak as to what comes through to that. And I'm going to have to pull more than that card because your third card is the Ouija card. So we have to do that in a certain way here. So let's get to that now. Okay, give me 1 second. Because I'm definitely tuned in to the spirits tonight. Sometimes it's hit or miss. And I'm not missing tonight. I just need to know what to do with this Ouija card. Okay, all right. With a Ouija card that you pulled, this ancestor is communicating with me right now, but they are hanging around you right now at this time, but communicating through me. What they're asking right now is for you to ask a question. So I'm trying to see, Emmy, do you have a question? It's the only time you ask a question on these. So do you have a question? Oh boy. Do you have a question for one of them? Because they will answer you now. They are hanging around you right now and communicating to me. It's very rare to even get this card, so think about what question you want to ask and type it in, because I'm looking what's wrong, Reminisca. Oh, it's over here, like under those bags? Okay. I lost my dad. 2 brothers on separate times. I was with grief for a long time. Okay, go ahead and type your question. Dee Dee, can you ask my dad or any of my ancestors if I can have a financial blessing in the near future for me to be able to get a transformation? My family and close friends call me Emmy. I will do that right now. I'm going to pick your card. I'm wondering if I should shuffle them though. Okay, Emmy, this part's going to be up to you. The stack of cards that I have here. Oh, I didn't see that. I'm sorry. The stack of cards I have here, I can pull the first card off or I can shuffle and pull a card for you. What would you like me to do? Because whoever your spirit is with you. So what would you like to do? Do you want me to shuffle the cards and pull one or pull the next one in the stack? Emmy, are you there? Or are you still thinking about it? That's okay. You think about it. I'll eat one of my little vegetable dogs here. Pull the next one. Got it. Here we go. Well, that was perfection. That's actually the name of the card, perfection. So let's see.
Find it.
The answer to that is going to be yes. The answer to that from your ancestors is yes. It says you couldn't have done more. Everything you're doing is fine. Financially, what you're doing. Stop being so hard on yourself. And that it's good to be motivated, set high standards for yourself. You can tell if your expectations are unreasonable because they'll aspire to fulfilling childhood predictions. There's a cycle of abuse with a bell, basket, and streamers. But financially, your ancestors are going to help you with that. So the answer to that is yes. But to stop being hard on yourself. Now, I don't know what ancestor it is. I'm going to pull another card because you did get the Ouija card. So I'm going to pull another one here to see if we can find out. Wow, that's unusual. You got the witch card. So let's see how that... Now, it doesn't mean that yours is like Leslie's because it depends on what other cards are around it. So give me a second here so we can go through this and see how it relates. Okay, here we go. Yeah, you love animals too. You definitely love wildlife. Okay, so you're going to be blessed with heightened intuition, insight, and awareness. How do I know this? Because of the other cards it sits around, mainly the Ouija card. This is the card of spirituality. And it validates that you have someone passed on come through. And to give you a little bit about who this ancestor is, the ancestor did die tragically or traumatically. So that it was either traumatic for you or them, but they died tragically, and it actually could have been both. But to let you know, just so you know, you're not going to you don't have to worry about that because those spirits, they are not suffering. So could be my brother Kevin or Glenn. Yeah, I don't know if it's male or female because they are with you. They are not with me. I just get the information. Like with Leslie, I had a female around me. But with you, I know that they're with you. They are close to you now. Like, they're passed on, obviously, but they're wherever you are right now. And they are going to help you with that. But you do have a lot going on in your life. You do have somebody that wants to, I don't want to say not let you be what you want to be, but just maybe controlling your destiny when that really should be you. I mean, it should be you controlling your destiny. And I think sometimes you just have to sit down, think about it, let your spirits, your ancestor guide you because they will, because they can actually give you ideas and thoughts that you think are your own, but sometimes they're not. They influence you. But you do have some stuff going on with another person that is alive in your life that it's just not I don't want to say it's not a good situation, but I just don't think it's a good situation. So there's that. Now I'm going to move on and do Adrian. Is Adrian here? Adrian, if you're here, please type. Adrian. Adrian, if you're here. Adrian, I'll give you time to type. Thanks. So, oh, you're welcome. Adrian. Oh, yep. Okay, Adrian, I'm doing you. All right. I'm going to shuffle these a little bit because there was a lot of a lot of cards pulled there. Okay. Emmy, was I accurate on your relative? Oh, I know, Adrian. I know you're there. I'm doing yours. Was I accurate on you, Emmy? What is that? Attachment, one image. Okay. Okay, she might have went away. Okay, Adrian, we're about to do you. Let me just shuffle these a little bit more. These stick together, and there's a lot of them. After I do Adrian, I will do the rest of you guys. It's just going to have to be tomorrow, early afternoon, because if not, I'm not going to be able to load this up to YouTube because it'll just take days or it won't load at all because of the amount of time. All of it, really. Yeah, you know what? I do like these cards. In fact, I love them because I think they're very, very, very accurate. And the only reason I say that is because, like, I knew a little bit about you, and I didn't know a lot about you, but I knew a little bit. So when I was doing the cards, I didn't know really anything about Leslie except for one thing. That's why I tell people don't say hot or cold if you're getting a tarot card reading, because they'll just go by that and you'll just get like a fake reading. You don't want a fake reading, but at least I'm honest. I did know a little bit about you guys, but so when I was flipping the cards over, I recognized it right away, but I didn't know that you had anybody. Oh, no, Joanna, don't worry about it because I'll do you. It's just you'll go to YouTube and listen to it. I'll say this is for Joanna. That's what I'll say. Everybody's still going to get theirs done. That's signed up as of tonight. So don't worry about that. Yeah, no, don't worry. I'll get to you. Just Adrian has to be my last one tonight because honestly I have to eat and I got to relax a little bit before tomorrow. So no, I won't forget you, Byron, Nick, Lori, and that's all that I have. So that's all that's signed up. So that's all I have to do. So yeah, if somebody wants to write it down and send it to me, it's you, Lori. Okay, so it's Joanna, Lori, Byron, Nick, and that's it.
That's four.
I think. Yeah. Oh, Deanna. That's right. Deanna did. Yeah. So if somebody wants to take a note and just post it under where I posted reading tonight at 8:30, I will get y'all done. Okay. So we're starting with Adrian. Give me a moment so I can concentrate just on Adrian.
She's in Pacifica, right?
Yeah. No, don't say that. I don't tell people where
Okay.
other people live.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, nobody probably heard you over there. You know this reception. Okay, so I gotta concentrate on Adrian right now. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh wow. All these readings are so interesting. Oh, Byron said hi, Lindy.
Oh, I love Byron. Tell him I said hi.
She
too.
said, "Oh, I love Byron. Hi, Byron." She says, "Oh, I love Byron. Hi, Byron. Byron, I didn't forget you. It's just that I'm never going to get to upload this, so I'll have these done by the afternoon tomorrow, and then I'll let you guys know that I did them. And what I'll probably do is do you each individually, and then cut off YouTube so that they load fast. That way, you guys can hear them." Okay, so Adrian, your cards are personality, privilege, and survive. Okay. Personality. Scott, which they don't mean any of that now. Again, it's very odd deck. Very odd deck. Okay. Personality first. Let's fold that one down because you got that one. Okay, here we go. Okay, well, you have an ancestor coming through right away. No, 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 I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Okay, so there's someone, there's a person with a very big personality, but they're inauthentic. They present themselves to others as being very liked and accepted, but they do it to conceal a shady agenda or bad intentions. Beware of the smiling skull. Oh my God, is that not creepy, Lindy?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll leave that at that. You'll see the pearly white smiles that don't light up their eyes. Beware of cloying kindness or an overcompensation of pleasure heartedness before their mask slips. Yes, yes.
They always say, "Bless you."
Yep.
And they're evil.
Yep. Before their mask slip when they think you're not watching. However, what it's saying is something behind their mask wants to be healed. That laughter is curative, but you gotta watch them. And that the laughing that they do and the this and the that, that's all their way of gaining acceptance or a method of self-protection. And that something behind this mask wants to be healed, accepted, or forgiven. Now, what this card is telling you is that you're fine just the way you are, Adrian. Don't compare yourself to others or let others dictate your experience of life. You do you. Your soul alone has the blueprint for your best self, the brightest and most authentic expression of this gift of life. When you greet others from this space, you meet those who are like you and are kind souls. Now, these two cards I know are your ancestors already. I don't even have to look. I know they are. The first one is privilege and the second one is survive. So I think these are going to probably be It's a potential that you may not know them, but let's go and see. So, privilege. So this person, okay, this ancestor of yours, was very privileged, born with a silver spoon in their mouth. This is an ancestor who came from wealth or was raised with a set of distinct advantages. They never wanted anything. They never needed any money. They had everything money could buy. They probably, more than likely, had servants, professional staff, doting parent or partner. They were very pampered. And this privilege smacks of entitlement. This is my divine birthright. I deserve the finest things and the best treatment. This is what your ancestor is saying. Does this privileged ancestor feel thankful for their blessed life? Not really. They just want it all, and they want it now. There's a lot of enabling went into making them this way. Lazy, self-involved, debauched, or tone deaf are hallmarks of the prodigal privilege. Does this remind you of anyone? This card understands that there can be an uncharitable imbalances between the haves and the have-nots. Growing up on the less privileged side of the tracks can leave an imprint. No matter how successful you may now be, no matter how much you have, this pattern of scarcity will always leave you feeling cheated or wanting in some regard. This card also indicates lavishing advantages that you never had on someone who remains unappreciative or who is unable to roll up their own sleeves. Now, this also reminds you to take inventory of your own blessings and always ask that innate abilities and resources you could be mining to get further ahead. So, this is an ancestor that definitely came from money. Privileged money, definitely had... Ooh, let me hear. Okay. Yep, they had servants. I'm getting the impression that this is a male, though. Now we're going to go to survive to see if this can help you figure out who this is or if there's some information for you on it. Okay, you're the first one to have a second, ancestor come through. Okay, now this ancestor was quite different. It's like when they were born fast and furious, like on a monster roller coaster. One minute they were happy, rising to great heights. Suddenly they were being pushed, pulled, and banked in alarming ways, all accompanied by panic and frenzied screaming. Yeah, I know. Event climbing a growth defying that goes round and round and round. It feels like they're on a merry-go-round going round and round. This is describing a loved one or you. Okay, so this is either an ancestor or you, connected with an experience of hardship, awful events, or conditions that were beyond their personal control. Yet, at its core, survival is really validating a loved one's remarkable and legendary strength, courage, and resourcefulness in the face of glowing adversity. German. Somebody in Germany. Hold on. Germany. But you don't have anybody from Germany, do you? I don't think you do.
Well, what kind of name is you to mark?
Oh my God. I don't know. Okay, so it can be a rare flower though. That means okay, virtue, nobility, rare beauty, found at high altitudes, thrives in inclement conditions, blossom of snow, and then this is a symbol of perseverance and a sign of the triumph of the human condition. This can also mean trouble by a caregiver given to you who didn't make you feel like you had the right to survive or thrive, exist, or even have been born. If you are currently facing a mountain of challenge in your life or battled what feels like an uphill struggle, and they're saying never give up, show them what you got, bloom and grow. That was a very odd reading. So it shows the privilege and the nobility, but it isn't Germany. They're definitely from another country. It was speaking about Edelweiss, a flower that even though either the ancestor or yourself, I'm not sure on that last card if that's it's obviously not talking about your ancestor coming through because your ancestor lived a life of privilege and didn't want for anything. So I have to assume this is talking about you somewhere with a relative that could either be alive or dead or and didn't treat you right. Definitely didn't have the same privilege as the ancestor coming through did. Definitely did not. Because it talks about how other people, possibly even you yourself, look at some of the ancestors as wow, they didn't have to work for anything, but yet here we are, um, having to bust our butt, to make money and work. Like basically, you were not on the same level, of privilege. So I really don't know what to make of your reading, honestly. But since it'll be recorded and you'll know more than I do, because this one, the only sense it makes to me is that you have an ancestor that wants to speak to you probably just because they can, because they're very wealthy. They didn't want for anything. They lived a very luxurious life. And they're telling you, too bad that yours is tougher. But you're like the flower that can grow in snow. That's what I'm getting out of it. It was a rough one. Um, but again, and you didn't get a love card, and you didn't get a Ouija card. So that means to not pull anymore at this time because maybe the ancestor that came through, being of nobility and just not wanting for anything, maybe that's not the right ancestor to come through for you at this time. So maybe another time a different ancestor will come through. But then again, you know better than I do. So go back and listen to this and pick it apart and see if it matches or makes sense. Because to me, I'm very confused by it. I'll be honest. I'm not quite getting it, but I get the nobility part and the privilege part, like because things you've told me before, but I don't get the last card at all. So hopefully it's something that you understand, and that's your personal. So I'm not going to ask you, but you can listen to it. And if it was an ancestor that doesn't do you any good and just feel they're a privilege and want to come through, then we can always give you another reading. Okay, so the rest of you, if somebody just wants to go on the blog where it says I'm doing it at 8:30, if you did not sign up before, call me or email me. Don't do it now because I know who I have to do. I have Joanne, Deanna, Byron, Nick, and I think that's it. But I know you guys know. So if one of you just want to put it up. Oh, wait, there is one guy I had to do. There was another guy. Um, and that's it. So I hope you guys all have a good night. I'm going to relax now. I had fun doing it. I hope you had fun listening. And you guys have a great night. Let's see. Creator tools. Not starting a poll. I'm ending the sucker. Okay, share? No, I don't want to share it. Let's see. Okay, you guys have a great night.